Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another whiskey review. Today, we have a very special Bruichladdich Octomore, 10-year-old, edition 3. Keith,
I'm excited about it.
what do you know about the Octomores?
Know quite a bit about it. Octomore obviously came out a while back. What do you got? 10, 15 years now?
It's been a while.
And, at one point, they came out with the most peaty whiskey in the world. And I think the most peated today I have had is, I think, the Octomore 8.3. Now, they may have had one that's passed it since then, but I'm pretty sure the 8.3 is like the highest peated whiskey in the world.
What was that? 2 something?
2 something, like 230 or something like that.
I
237.
I did a review on 7.1, whatever which one it is, I'll put it right here. But I think that was 208 ppm.
Yep.
This one is a 167, which I found the 167 range for whatever reason on a few of them. So this one here again is the 10-year-old, 3rd edition, 167 ppm, 56.8% ABV, the special release for you guys to see that here. Now this particular Octomore, and they do get kind of creative with the cask maturation. Sometimes just bourbon, sometimes it's crazy stuff. This is super crazy. So I have to actually look it up on my phone so I make sure I get this right. So this is gonna be a first for me. I'm just gonna try to read right here just because this is kind of a lot. So of these whiskeys, of the whiskeys in here, 37% of this whiskey was first fill pork pipes. 31% was first fill cognac casks. 20% was second fill American whiskey casks, not bourbon, just as whiskey. And the remaining 12% was initially aged in American whiskey casks, then transferred into virgin oak casks, then back into more American whiskey casks.
I'm pretty sure that means bourbon barrels.
I would say, that would be my guess. And 12,000 bottles were produced. Now, I'll say this. I love all these Octomores. I've never really had a bad one.
Not once.
I mean, 5 years, no age statement. The concept ones, they are all just fantastic.
Natural color.
Unchill filtered. Look at that
Cask strength.
beautiful color even for a 10-year-old.
I think they even have their own, I think they have some terroir associated with this. They actually, that's the one thing I really like about Bruichladdich is that they actually, like, a lot of times will tell you exactly what barrels they use, where they got their barley, what farm they got their barley from. I'm pretty sure they have their own Octomore farm. Or
They do, Octomore Farms.
Right, and
Yeah.
they get all their barley for this stuff from them, right?
I'm almost positive that's the case. If
sure.
we're wrong, tell us, but I believe all of them comes from Octomore Farms.
I've watched all those Octomore videos on YouTube.
I know.
Pretty sure at one point in time I've read that or watched that.
And you might as well support the community. Those are the best run businesses.
That's what I
those
love
that
about
support the community.
Springbank, about Bruichladdich, a lot of those different places. I think Kilholman was doing it for a little bit, same.
Doing it the right way.
Yep.
Keeping it local. Unaged, unchill filtered. And on top of that, plenty of disclosure as far as what's going on. And I love that.
Yep. You can definitely tell there's some red wine casks involved in this. Port.
God, there's port, cognac. There was just all kinds of stuff going on in this one. And again, I hate reading off of, not a piece of paper, but I hate reading off of an internet page. I just went to Master Malt so I could see all the different cask maturations because there's a lot going on. And it's a lot going on this nose.
I think I was mentioning this in our last video, or maybe we took it off camera. But the two main distilleries that I get this underbaked sugar cookies or left out dough, like you like to call it, Springbank and Bruichladdich. I mean, every once in a while there might be a whiskey that I get a little bit of that, but consistently on every whiskey that I get from Bruichladdich or Springbank, it's that delicious
Dough
and underbaked sugar cookies.
God, it's right there too. I mean, it's right there.
But then you get all like the pepper, a huge blast of peat and pepper on this one.
Now, we're no stranger to smoke, so I almost feel like I try to dive into the other flavors.
Yeah.
Try to get past it.
Red berries.
Apricots.
Yeah.
Citrus.
Yep. Well, orange. Oranges, apricots, red berries, like raspberry maybe.
A little bit of lemon.
Very fruity. Have you drank much cognac?
A little bit, yeah.
I think I've only had one, and I wasn't a fan. But I'm sure it probably wasn't good quality, and it's just not easy drinking it. Have you had good cognacs that you actually really like?
Yeah, the King Louis or whatever, the one with the
good?
big fancy bottle. Not really, no.
So definitely not worth it.
No,
the price.
definitely over $300 a drink or whatever it is, or $2,000 a bottle. But you know what? You know what's weird is when I said apricots earlier, apricot is something I get off of the Balvenie 21-year-old Portwood. And I think it's just something that I pick up in the portwood pipes, especially since this is first fill. Portwood, 37%, so a third of it. There's something about portwood pipes that gives me an apricot smell. You know, when there's...
I get
custard cream. To me, the smoke is so powerful, but on the same... the smoke's like a broadsword that's dull. Like there's metal there, and then you know it's a sword and it's dangerous, but it's just smooth at the end. There's no super rough edge, if that makes any sense.
I get linen, like drying linen. I get that a lot.
You've been saying that lately.
I get that a lot on Burgundy matured stuff, and I also get it for some reason on Bruichladdich Octomores. So a lot of like Springbank Burgundy matured, I get that a lot. The Octomore, obviously the 8.3. I think all the Octomores, I just get this kind of drying linen sheet note. I think it's pleasant. It's not bad at all. I know it doesn't sound great, but it works for me.
I'm not getting a lot of that, but I am getting not linen, but lemon.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of lemon custard, maybe lemon cream. For some reason, today I'm picking up more of the fruitier notes.
No, you're right. There's definitely some lemon zest, lemon cream, lemon meringue pie.
Lemon meringue pie. That's what it is. Lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, lemon meringue pie for sure.
Even the sugariness of it, like even the sweetness. That's what I meant. Not sugary. Sweetness of it is lemon meringue pie.
Man, at the end, it's almost a little like sweet sour.
Tart. Yes.
Tart.
It is.
Yep.
Just tart right at the end. It's like you had lemon meringue pie, then you ate instantly creme brulee with just the custard, and then you had a sweet tart. You had it all in your mouth at the same time. Or something like that.
Do you like to have a lot of things in your mouth at the same time?
Not typically, no. What are you picking up on that first break?
Oh my word. It is just immediately this explosion of peppery peat, just peat dancing all over your tongue. You get like the lemon zest, lemon meringue pie, a little bit of vanilla. Then you get like the red berries, drying linen. Just a little bit. Thanks.
I missed vanilla again initially. And you're right, it's just right there, staring me in the face.
Pretty much every review is
Right.
go and say vanilla.
I'm sorry with vanilla. Disclaimer.
It's my go-to.
Yeah, it's just staring at me, the vanilla. It's like someone staring through the window like, hey, vanilla, remember me? Vanilla, oh wow, man, that tingle on the side. Because it's woody too, in a good way, like a nice wood smoke. Almost like you can taste the embers, and the embers have lemon meringue pie sizzling on the top of it. Yep. And that sizzle is just sparking pepper and cinnamon out the top.
Yeah, pepper is definitely, it's like little
needles.
Little stabs in a good way.
It's like, what was that?
It's seriously so peppery. You remember like the pop candies that you put in your mouth and it like crackle?
Yes. Pop Rocks?
Pop Rocks.
Yes.
Like it's so peppery. It's almost
tingly.
like that experience of it's like popping all over your tongue.
Because it's not hitting every part, it's just random how it hits.
Yeah.
It's just like this one's exploding over on the left side, right side, center of the
Seriously,
palate.
I know it may sound crazy to people watching, but it really does taste like that.
Pop Rocks and soda? Wasn't that a thing? We're not putting soda in this. No way. Man, I tell you what, we've had a pretty good day as far as tasting whiskeys that keep evolving. That aren't just, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes that aren't singular in any facet whatsoever. They're very complex whiskeys that keep changing and moving around, keep me on my toes.
Yeah. Kind of the end of the palate into the finish is almost like the slightest vanilla grapey note. Vanilla with grape, like tinged with grape. Because the grape's not real strong, but I think a little bit from the cognac cask, it's a super slight, lurking in the background, grapey note. Just barely.
Grape skin, maybe.
Yeah.
Red grape. Like it's not a green, it's not tart. There is tartness.
I can see that too.
But yeah, you're right, there is tartness, but not that particular note. That goes to show you, I don't know if you can put Octomore in a cask that it won't do well in.
I agree.
I mean, that's amazing. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this 10-year-old, do they make Octomores older than 10 years old? I don't think so, do they?
No, they may. I'm sure maybe at one point they've had older ones, And I know that they're starting to get more ones, but this is one of the older Octomore.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, usually they're 5 years old, 8 years old, usually 5. Yeah, something like that.
They're getting older. As they've been open for longer since they've reopened, you know, in the last 20, 30 years, they're starting to get older again.
I tell you what,
Slowly.
this is a whiskey, though, that it's so good at 5 years. I don't know if I want to tame it down much more, other than the 10. It's that good.
A little part of me still wants to experience it, even if it, because you'll lose some of the peatiness.
Sure.
But I still kind of want to know what it's like.
What a 20-year-old Octomore tastes like.
20-year-old Octomore,
You know
30-year-old.
You know if they find it, I'll buy it.
I know you will. The big baller over here. Some of us have a family. My wife would be like, no.
And some of us do not, and we can spend it on our beautiful babies. These fantastic bottles of scotch from...
And I come live vicariously through you.
Anytime. Anytime. All right, so with water, you picking up anything different on the nose? Are you getting that apricot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that apricot is super there. And again, I do believe that's, I can't tell you why, but I believe that's from the port casks. The port pipes, excuse me.
Are we still on the nose? I thought we were on the palate.
I know, I just said, how's it change with water? You can be anywhere you want, buddy. Just you dance
I was just
around.
making sure.
You can go forward, come back.
Almost like a... I'm trying to think what that is.
Yeah, there's so much going on. And you're at a disadvantage. This is your first time with a whiskey.
Almost like a brisket. Smoked meat.
There is a savory quality to this. And the saltiness kind of goes with it.
It took a little bit more time for that to come out.
Sure.
For first, it was all the fruits. Mm-hmm. But at the end, it's really starting to come out with some more like smoked meat, briskety type notes with water.
That smoked meat, that city barbecue smoked meat just got dumped right on top of that lemon meringue pie.
Yep, exactly.
And then they just threw more pepper on top of it and lit it on fire.
This is probably my second favorite Octomore. Maybe even tied for my first favorite out of all of them. The 8.3. I don't know if you had a chance to taste it, but it was marvelous.
I don't think the 8.3, you brought me the 8.1 masterclass, which I'm excited to get into. And I had some other gentleman tell me the other day the 9.3 was a mind blower.
Yeah?
So many good ones. I've never been disappointed with an Octomore, and I mean that as far as the price. I've had probably 5 Octomores.
Yeah.
They're all expensive. They're not cheap whiskeys. They're hundreds of dollars.
Nope.
This bottle was $200.
I think the casks that they use for the Octomore are just tip like at the very top.
Bang.
It's top quality.
Oh, yeah.
They have to be.
I think the Octomores and the Black Arts from Bruichladdich just are done so well. So well.
And I think just even Bruichladdich by itself, there are just certain, and I know you know this, certain distilleries. There's not a ton of them, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in Scotland that just the distillate that comes off of it, it just
magic.
It tastes some distilleries just taste better even at a younger age. Like they'll be good even at a 6-year-old. They'll be freaking amazing once you get to 20, 30, or even 18 or 15. But they taste even quality and delicious even at such a young age. And I think Bruichladdich is definitely one of them.
You're thinking Springbank, aren't you?
That too.
If you're a regular to Keith's channel, which I assume we have quite a bit of overlap between our 2 channels, Keith's a big Springbank fan.
I still haven't got the tattoo yet. Soon.
He's lying. He's got it right here. Tramp stamp, long row. All right, buddy. Let's give this a whiskey score. And I already have mine in mind, but I jumped in front of you on the last one, so I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to give this...
Good talk.
89. 89 out of 100. 88 to 89.
90. It's 90. I mean, that's pretty much where I rank the majority of the Octomores. 90, 91, something like that. I mean, it's a really good, complex, super smoky whiskey. If you're a fan, you just want a big peat blast, this will do it for you. If you're a person that likes a complex whiskey, this will do it for you. If you like a whiskey that evolves in the glass, this will do it for you.
It's delicious.
One thing I will say with all the Octomores, this is just me. I always like to open them immediately because I want to get it time with air in the bottle. Because I really think after a month or 2, these things hit their stride. And I probably bought this 4 or 5 months ago, I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. And again, open it immediately, so it's been oxidized and it's around here. Really hard to tell. I've dropped a little stick down in here to figure out where it got wet. Actually, I was planning to give you the rest of this bottle, and then I found out before you came over it's here, and then I was just like,
I'll sure take it with me.
How good a friend is Keith?
Pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good. All right, my friend, I am at a 90, you're at an 89
Yep.
out of 100. Very good whiskey score. If you guys can find this one, it's a limited edition, only 12,000 bottles made. Bruichladdich 10-year-old, 3rd edition. Anything else you want to say about this bad boy?
It's fantastic.
It is
Worth
fantastic.
picking up, for sure.
Thank you to the Party Source in Bellevue, Kentucky for having this bottle available for me to pick up.
What's up, J.O.?
What's up, J.O.? Anyway, I want to thank you for joining us for another whiskey review today. Until next time, I'll see you in the comment section. And until then, I wish you
Happy drinking.
happy drinking.